Hello, Maurice Frumkin, NYC Admission Solutions. Hi, all New York City middle school families. Welcome back for another installment of our weekly video tips on the high school admissions process here in New York City. And before we get started, a really quick reminder, we have a special free webinar coming up on November 12th at 7 p.m. You can tune in from the comfort of your own couch. Have you registered yet? Go to our Facebook page, check the information on the bottom of this screen, and sign up now. We have almost 100 people already signed up, and the spots are filling up really quickly. Today I want to talk quickly about the high school application, which many of you, as you know, is due back to guidance counselors for 8th graders and 9th graders who are participating in the process, is due back to guidance counselors depending upon your school. Some counselors want it back in a couple weeks, some counselors want it back by Thanksgiving, and at the very latest, the first week of December. So very often, a lot of families are asking me questions lately about filling out the application, how many choices to make, what order to put them in, and how to optimize your application to give yourself the best chance possible of matching to one of your choices. So I'm going to be covering this topic over the next few weeks, and especially in our November 12th webinar. But for today, I really want to quickly talk about the number of choices to make on the application. Now you have 12 spots, 12 high school program choices to fill in on that application. And I know the temptation right now is to start to quickly eliminate a lot of those choices. And I want to encourage you that right now, I strongly encourage you to avoid eliminating choices just yet, because ultimately the point that you want to get to when you're ready to turn in that round one application is to have as many choices, up to 12, as you are possibly willing to consider. Even if there are choices that you are not necessarily 100% comfortable with, I am going to urge you to include those choices on your high school application. Now, I'm not suggesting putting down any choice that you are not comfortable with. If you have zero interest in a particular program, do not put it on your application. However, if you do have some level of interest in a program, if you're on the fence, if you're not quite sure, if you are not absolutely enthusiastic about a program choice, but you are willing to consider it, I am urging you to put it down and put down as many choices as you possibly can, up to 12. You do not have to put 12, but you should put as many as you can, whether it's 8, 10, 12, the more the better. And here's why. Because you want to, generally speaking, the more choices you put down on that application, the better your chances are of getting a match. And the last thing you want to have happen is when you get that round one results letter, which most likely is going to come in March from your guidance counselor, the last thing you want to have happen is to get a letter that says, "We're sorry we could not give you one of your round one matches, and you're entered into round two of the process." So when I'm working with families, my number one goal in working with them is to help them do everything possible to get a match in round one of the process. And a lot of that has to do with the number of choices made. So again, tune into our webinar on November 12th. Register. Don't lose this opportunity. And tune into our videos over the next few weeks, because we're going to be delving more into this topic of making choices and optimizing your application as much as you possibly can. Thanks for tuning in. Maurice Frumkin, NYC Admissions Solutions. Look forward to seeing you next week. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.